This unit here, horrible, already hate you in 10th edition. So I am here with Richard. Hello Richard.
Hi Nick.
We are playing our first game of 10th edition. Richard has his new Hawk Lord's army out, and of course I am playing Necrons, and it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report, our first battle report of what will be many on the channel. Welcome everyone, and of course we are playing our first game of 10th edition. We are experimenting, we are looking forward to it. Richard has his new army, haven't you, Rich?
Yes, Space Marines. Basically, it's Hawk Lords, which is Ultramarines second founding faction, and I like the colour scheme, which is why. Indeed,
purple's always good. So, well, let's start by having a look at your army.
My Warlord, and he's heading of course is Bobby G himself. Then I've got Assault Intercessors, 5 Infiltrators. Then I've got a set of 5 Hellbat Blasters. Attached to it is the Primaris Librarian. Then I've got 10 Desolators, and that's a Primaris Librarian attached to it. Then I've got 5 Terminators with Terminator Captain attached to it. I've got an Outrider detachment with a Chaplain attached to it, and it's like a bodyguard ATV. There's like a bodyguard that I can attach to it.
Right.
Then I've got the Predator Annihilator.
Yep.
Twin las cannon. A heavy bolt with Storm Bolter. Then I've got the Vindicator, which has got the Storm Bolter with a Hunter Killer missile on it. So, and that's my complete army.
Okay, excellent. I'm looking forward to facing this. No orcs, not an orc in sight. How about that?
Well, if you just go over there, you can see
I'm ignoring.
My stomper.
I'm ignoring the stomper over there. Right. Okay, well, let's have a look at my Necrons. Okay, here is my Awakened Dynasty army. We've got, heading up the force, Imatech the Stormlord. We then have 2 Plasmancers. We then have Orokin, and we got an Overlord. My Overlord, of course, has the Resurrection Orb. He's also got an enhancement to give him stealth and cover save to his unit. Then we have 2 units of Immortals. We've got a Tesla unit here. They will be joined by Imatech the Stormlord and a Plasmancer. I appreciate these are old warrior models, but I've always played these as Tesla Immortals in the past. I will eventually get the proper models. At the back there though, we do have some proper models, the old school Gauss Blaster Immortals. They will also be joined by a Plasmancer. We then have one big unit of 20 warriors, and these have the Gauss Flayers. They'll be joined by Orokin and the Overlord. We then have 10 Death Marks. We've got a unit of 6 Wraiths with the Particle Casters, 2 Reanimators, and then we have a unit of Tomb Blades. We've got Shield Veins, we've got the Particle Beamers, and we've got Shadow Looms. And then at the back, 2 Doomsday Arcs. Can't wait to get playing, but what mission are we playing and how are we going to win it? Let's find out. Okay, so we randomly drew our cards this time. Our mission is the Ritual, where basically we've got 2 objectives in no man's land which will disappear and come back after one of our units do an action as opposed to shooting. We've then got this deployment here, the Crucible of Battle, basically what we call the sandwich deployment. 5 objectives, so we've got 1 in the middle, and then, as I said, 2 in no man's land, but they're going to disappear because of our primary mission, and then we've got 1 in each deployment zone. We've also got a mission rule, Secret Intel. Basically we get to draw an additional secondary objective card and then disregard the one that we don't want. So that is the mission. So we are now ready to roll for attacker and defender.
Actually, let's get Ace.
It's a new edition, so I've got my Necron dice back, because hopefully this time they're going to do better than they have in the past. Come on, boys. It's a new edition. This is your time to shine. Right, here we go. A 6. That's a good start. It's a good start.
You are the attacker?
I'm the attacker. Okay, so in terms of secondaries, we are both going for tactical, which is basically the random drawing of the secondary cards, which will be interesting to see. Okay, so Richard is going to deploy, then obviously we take turns until we are fully set up. Okay, so we have deployed. I've got my Wraiths on the flank here. We've got the Reanimator on the backfield objective with the 2 Doomsday Arcs. We then have our Death Marks on the top of the building. We've got the Warriors in the building, the 2 units of Immortals here with all the characters joined. And then on this flank we have the Tomb Blades. The 2 outside objectives, of course, have currently disappeared. And then Richard's got his infiltrating unit here. We've got the
Assault Intercessors.
Yeah, Assault Intercessors. The Hell Blasters.
And the Desolation Squad.
Yeah, the Desolation Squad, which I am not looking forward to facing those massive guns. Guilliman at the back. Then some bikes here. We, of course, have the Terminators in reserve. Richard was definitely painting these last night, I believe.
Yes, I just to get them onto so they're not finished.
Not finished, but ready to play.
They've got some paint on them.
Indeed.
So that...
Okay, so we are ready to roll off, I believe. First turn is going to Richard with his devil dice. Nothing ever changes. Wiggling his arse there. Okay, yeah. Well, that's all right. It's only once. I'm chilled. The devil dice, I love it, really.
I get 3 cards, don't I? Because of the mission rule.
Yeah, we get an extra 1.
So, first one is behind enemy lines, investigate signals, and secure no man's land. Right, I'm going to discard behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
So.
You sure?
Yes.
So Richard has used Guilliman to target this unit so that they can use a stratagem for 0 CP. He's also done Oath of Moment on my 20-man warrior blob. And now he's going to move. Right, Richard has finished moving. We've got the bikes over here. The chaplain has given these guys devastating wounds against my Tesla Immortals. And then we've got the 2 tanks moving up here, and the Terminators have just deep striked in here. They are within 18 inches of my death marks, so my death marks get to shoot. Right, here are our death marks. They've got 1 attack each at 36 inches. And they are heavy and precision. So hitting on 3s normally, but I haven't moved, so it's going to be 2s. So we've got 1 miss. Okay, strength 5, toughness 5, so 4s. We've got those that miss, so we've got 4 that go through, and these are minus 2 AP, Rich.
But so it's 4 up involves. So
3 go through, and they're 2 damage each. Okay, so I'm allocating it to the character. He actually has 6 wounds, so he's dead. So Richard is actually going to use a command point to re-roll 1 of the saves, and he does. So he's left on 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Yeah. Okay, so just for reference, that re-roll didn't cost Richard any CPs, because this guy gets to use a stratagem for 0 CPs. These here have done the ritual to get the objective back, so that stays there now, Rich, yeah? For the rest of the game. And we got this unit here and Guilliman over there doing one of Richard's secondary objectives, the investigate signals. Okay, anything to assault, Rich?
Well, I'm in my shooting phase.
Oh no! I thought you'd finished shooting.
Unfortunately not. I'm not I think you might prefer that. But.
Okay, now we've got to weather the storm of what I think will be quite a nasty shooting phase, but we'll find out. Right, so we've got the Vindicator shooting at my Doomsday Arc.
D6 plus 3 for this. The Hunter Killer missile will go into that as well, and the Stormbolter will go into your death marks.
Okay. Right, D6 shots.
3 plus 3 is 6.
6 shots coming in on my
5.
Doomsday Ark.
Everything else is 3s.
Okay, 2 on the yellow, everything else 3s.
So I missed with that, I missed with that, missed with those. 3s, 5.
Okay. Toughness 9 on the Doomsday Ark.
1 miss. Two go through at -3 on the Doomsday Ark.
Okay, so I'm going to go on my 4-up invulnerable save. I make both of them.
Cool.
Okay, so next it's the Predator splitting fire. We've got some big guns coming into the Doomsday Ark and the rest are going into the death marks. So we've got a mixture of guns and dice. One of them needs a 2, right?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Right.
The others need 3s.
Ooh. Do I re-roll that? Yeah, I'll re-roll that because I want that to go through.
Okay.
So that's right. So the yellow's a strength 5, so we need 4. So I'll need a 5. These will need 3s.
Okay.
So those 2 on 1 and 1 on the death marks.
Okay, so another 2 on the Doomsday Ark, yeah?
Yeah.
AP?
Minus 3 or minus?
I'm going to be on my invuln regardless. So
-3, yeah.
Okay, 4-ups. I make both of them, 2 4s. Okay, so 1 wound on the death marks. Can't be better than a 3+ save even though I'm in cover. So here we go, a 3. I save it with a 6. Okay, so Richard is laughing as he picks his bikes to shoot next. I think these are going to be horrible.
So
these are going to be shooting at my Tesla Immortals, right?
yeah, these re-rolling wounds.
Yeah.
And the smaller dice have got devastating wounds anyway, plus the big ones have.
Okay. Here we go.
So hitting on 3s. Take that. That's not too bad, is it? Now, these would be 4s looking for 6s. These are 5s looking for 6s.
Okay.
But I can re-roll.
Yeah, twin linked.
Yeah. So I've got 2 which are devastating wounds on that. 1, so I re-roll them, and I re-roll them. So I get an extra hit, 2 hits there. And
Okay, so we've got 3 devastating wounds, so 3 dead, and then we've got 6 saves to make. The green ones are going to be on a 4-up because they're -1, and the orange ones are going to be on a 3-up. So 2, so that's 5 altogether. Okay, so I lost 5 guys. I'm going to use a stratagem. My Overlord is going to let me use it for free, so I'm going to use Undying Legions. My reanimation protocol activates. I've got a leader, so it's going to be D3 + 1, and my reanimator is in range as well, so I'll get an additional D3. So D3 + 1, so that's 4 back, and then with the reanimator D3, so they're all back.
I'll get an extra 4 per model because it's blast and you've got 20 in there.
Sure. Okay, so Desolator Squad shooting at my warriors now. These are D3's attacks, are they?
Yeah, he gets 10 on that one. He gets 5 on that one, and now you get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 16, 17. Plus 40, 57. 57, 10, 13, 70.
70 attacks. Okay, so 2's on the white, 3's on the rest, and these are devastating, critical hits, right?
5, 6 are critical hits.
Right.
And sustained hits as well.
Okay, so extra hits on 6's.
Yeah.
Okay. As if you need extra hits.
And I think they're also lethal hits because the apothecary. No, but I'll double check it once I've rolled it. So that's a 6.
What do lethal hits do?
Lethal hits are automatic wounds, aren't they? So let's take.
Indeed, right, okay. It's getting used to all these new names, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the additional hits come from
being
the sustained attack, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm in Devastating Doctrine, and I took Volley of Fire Strat, and then I took he's got Bolt of Discipline as well. So this is where all my bits and pieces come. This is the combo that people are
complaining about?
Yeah, because these are really cheap, and you could put 3 lots of 10 and you're going to see how much damage these are likely to.
Indeed. Well, I'll let you pick out the dice because there's a lot there, although there is quite a lot of 1s and 2s, but there's quite a lot of 5s and 6s, so quite even. Okay, so they all missed. However, because of your whatever it's called, lets you re-roll.
Yeah, the Oath of Moment.
Oath of Moment, that's it. You can re-roll hits and wounds on this particular unit of warriors, right?
Yes, and they're freeze on everything.
I have a feeling GW want to sell these miniatures.
Oh, so there's another 2.
Richard is just totally concentrating on his dice.
Now it's 4s and 3s on them, 2s on them.
We could be here all day.
Could be. I believe they're auto wounds, so I'll double check them. Alright. Because I believe that's what the apothecary.
Okay. These also ignore cover as well, so
yeah,
that doesn't help me. And you're going to be able to re-roll all these wounds as well?
Yes.
I think I might be dead.
Yeah, I might as well do the purple, yellows and...
Okay, so you got no auto hits?
No auto wounds. But
auto wounds,
what's your toughness of your...
Toughness 4.
So all these will be hitting on 4s, re-rolling.
Re-rolling because of your Oath of Moment. I'm definitely going to have to cut this, Rich, because this one shooting unit's taking about 20 minutes. Here they come. Got one loose there.
Take out all the 4s.
Alright, so that's the misses. Now the re-rolls.
On this, then I'll do those, but they're only wounding on 3s, re-rolling 3s.
Yeah, because you use your command point. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So 3s on these.
And re-rolling for 1s. So 2 miss. So their strength 7 minus 2, and you've got 6, 9, 10 of them.
Let's do them then.
And then
strength 7 minus 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that puts me on a 6-up save. Saved one of them. Alright, so that's 9 dead already. Okay, so I had 55 saves to make at -1. I rolled 20 dice, which actually killed 11 warriors. That's the warrior unit wiped out. I've now got to take 35 saves on my characters. Right, as you can imagine, both the Plasmancer and Imatech died from all of those attacks. I did use my stratagem to bring Imatech back. That is the end of the turn. Richard has scored some points.
I've scored 9 secondary.
9 secondaries.
Secure no man's land at the end of your turn. If you control 2 or more objective markers in no man's land, objective is achieved. Yep. You score 5 victory points. Investigate signals. At the end of your turn, each corner of a battlefield that has 1 or more of the selected units wholly within 9 inches of it, which they both are, score 2 victory points for each corner.
Yep.
So that's 9 victory points.
Excellent. Well, there you go. It's finally time for Necrons, turn 1. Okay, so Imatech got all of his wounds back. He's back to full strength. I've drawn 3 cards, disregarded the one about getting onto an objective in Richard's deployment zone. I've got no prisoners, basically killing units and overwhelming force killing units on objectives. So we need to kill some units. The main units are going to be this one on this objective. We've got the Terminators on here. That could be a big task though, but we'll see what we can do. First of all though, we need to move. Okay, so I've been moving. I've got the Wraiths coming up here. We've got the Immortals who advanced with their assault weapons. We've then got the other Immortals who did a side track over here. Imitech, of course, who now is very vulnerable, tried to get in close, maybe at some point, if he's still alive, doing some lightning strikes. I did have to move the Doomsday Ark up over here to get line of sight. The Tomb Blades have moved forward and they've done an action to bring the objective there, basically. So that's it. The Reanimator just moved over here just to be in range of everything that it could. And we are ready to shoot. Right, the Wraiths have guns, so I'm going to shoot them at that squad there. So it's 3 attacks each at 12 inches. And we are going to be hitting on 2s, which is very nice. So here we go. 2s. We miss with one of them. Right, strength 5, toughness 4, and their devastating wound. So we're looking for 3s, 3+, and then obviously 6s. So we get 3 6s.
Which I get a feel no pain against.
Okay, the 2s miss and the 1s miss. There we go, and the rest there are 0 AP, 1 damage. Right, 10 3-up saves.
So I miss with 2.
Yep. And then what have you got against those mortals?
And then it's 5 feel no pains.
No, only 3.
No, it's they're feel no pains. So the two I didn't
Oh,
say.
you got right. Yeah, feel no pains against the other 2 misses and the mortals.
Yeah. 6s are needed. No, so that's 5 wounds.
Okay. How many wounds have they got each? These. What are these? Infiltrators.
Yeah. So I'll take those 2 away and 1.
Okay. 2 wounds each. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next it's the Doomsday Ark. I'm shooting the Gauss Flayers at those infiltrators and the big gun at the Vindicator. Let's do the Flayers first. Rapid fire 5, so we've got 10 shots. We need 3s. These are devastating, not devastating, lethal hits, which basically means any 6s auto wound. All those 1s miss, and the 2s. However, there's 2 that go through here. Strength 4, so we need 4s. 1 goes through. So we've got 3 saves. There's no AP now on these, and 1 damage.
So
2 for no pains.
So
1 to
so
hit. The other guy dies, yep. 2 guys left. Right, D6 plus 1 attacks. It is blast, but I'm shooting at only 1 model, so that's fine. So we got 5 attacks. Right, BS 3+, but I stood still, so it'd be a 2+. All in. And strength 15, toughness 11, 3s. All in apart from 1. So we've got 4 saves, Rich, at -4.
So I'll just get a save. So, and what's the damage per one?
Damage 4, there's nothing else there.
So I need to save 2 of them. 2 6-ups. No. So will it glow?
Does it explode?
No.
No. Right, death marks next. We are shooting at those Terminators there. We've obviously got precision, so straight on to the character first. We're going to need 2s because we are heavy and haven't moved. We get 2 once, and the rest go through. We are strength 5, your toughness 5, right?
4s, yeah.
Yeah, 4s. That's a better roll than the last time I did this. So we've got 6 saves there, Rich, at -2.
And they're 2 damage apiece.
2 damage each, yeah.
And you're putting them on him, aren't you?
Yes, so you might want to roll them separately. What saves he got?
He's got 4 up.
Right.
Yeah, it's 4 up
In
armour
bum.
or in bomb.
Okay. Saving well so far. You're saving very well so far. He's saving incredibly well so far. Oh!
He's got 2 left, hasn't he?
2 wounds left, yeah.
He can target himself.
With...
stratagem at each command point.
Okay, so you get a command re-roll for free.
No.
No, okay, so he's dead, and then it goes on to the Terminators. So, 2 wounds. So I assume they got 3 wounds, these Terminators, have they? Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because that's a ruin, would you have been able to shoot? Well, I'm not in the footprint, and you're not in that footprint, because it says you have to have... We'll go with it as it is.
Yeah, as we've got a big gap there, haven't we? But we'll have to investigate the terrain a bit more. Right, so first of all, we've got the Tesla Immortal shooting at the Terminators. We, of course, are +1 to hit because we're joined by a character, and we're sustained hits 2. So, first of all, we need 2s. Let's take the 1s out. And we've got 1 6 there, so we get 2 back in. Right, so we can re-roll all of the wounds because of the Immortal's abilities. So we need 4s to wound. And then taking those out. Good job, we've got a re-roll. Okay, 4s. Okay, so you've got 1 Terminator with 1 wound left, yeah?
Yep.
Looking for those 1s. There's 1. 1 more wound. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now the Gauss Immortals onto the Terminator squad. We've got the Plasmancer there, so we're looking for 5s and 6s to auto wound, and I of course can re-roll the wounds as well. So we need 2s. Let's get the bullets out. We miss with 2 of them, and then we're looking for 5s and 6s.
So I make that 6, so you get another.
They auto
12.
wound, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're all auto wound.
Okay, and then these are wounding on 4s, re-rolling the misses. Okay, now these do have some AP, so these are -1.
So he's down to a wound. He's down to...
Dead. That one's dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Still 2+ anyway, because they... Takes a wound. Takes...
Still 2+, yeah? -1.
Yeah. Takes another. So that's 1 dead, 1 on 1 wound. 2 dead.
2 dead. Okay, so I'm going to continue to shoot at the Terminators, this time with the Doomsday Arc. Big gun into them, these small guns aren't in range, they're going to have to go onto the bikes. So here we go, we've got D6 +1 attacks, 5 attacks again.
You move so you don't get your...
I did move, so it's going to be a 3 to hit. 2 2s. And we are strength 15. So 2s.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 go through. -4. Nope, 4 damage each. Okay. And then the small guns into the bikes. My Plasmancer did target the bikes earlier, and I did 2 wounds on the bikes. However, the bike that I wounded was able to shoot back at my Immortals. I did lose an Immortal for that. Right, okay, so small flayers coming in. These need 3s. 1 misses. And we're going to need 5s now. We get 3, 4 5s.
No AP.
No AP on these.
That kills 1. And puts a wound on another. Right, so you're with the Wraiths,
Yeah.
and you're probably doing it with them as well, aren't you?
These
No, you might
they
not.
advanced.
Oh,
didn't
so they can.
Yeah.
Right, so in that case, I'll double check. I've got a command point. I want to see the. I can't remember the strat off my hand.
Okay, I'll let you look it up.
So hitting on 6s.
Okay, so I am assaulting the Wraiths into those two guys, and Richard is overwatching. He's using his bikes, is it?
Yep.
To overwatch.
So
me.
I've got 2.
2 6s.
Strength 4 and strength 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to be toughness. What am I? Don't know. Let's check. Wraiths, Wraiths, Wraiths. Here we go. We are toughness 5.
So 5s and 4s. Any 6s are mortal wounds. No.
Okay, so I need a 7-inch charge. We make it. Okay, so we've got vicious claws on these guys, so we are going to need 4s. Take all of those misses away. These all hit. And we are strength 6. 3s. Got one that misses there. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 saves at -1.
So 4 ups. There's only 2 there in there. So.
Yeah. 2 damage each.
Yeah, so that's dead.
Unit dead.
That kills the one, that kills the other.
Excellent. I had to kill units on an objective, so I've definitely got some secondary points. Right, Space Marine's turn 2, which has got assassination and extend battle lines. Basically, he's got to score his home objective and 1 in no man's land. He's done the 3 CP on those Desolator units. And yeah, we are ready to do the battle shock tests now. So you've got, what, the Terminator?
Yeah. 6 or more.
Right, okay.
6.
Right, so he's fine. Right, so the Oath of Moment has gone on to these Immortals. Richard is on 1 objective because I've got this control here. We've only got 1 model each, but Richard's OC is 1 and mine is 2. So he gets 5 points for being on this objective. Okay, let's continue. Okay, movement phase. We've got these 3 units jiggling around the Wraiths. We've then got the bikes moving up into an attacking position here. Right, we're moving on to the shooting phase. Okay, end of the shooting phase. So I lost all of my Wraiths apart from this guy here who was just about to be assaulted. I lost all of my Immortals from the Desolators with all of the extra shenanigans on them. The Overlord is down to 3 wounds. And that's all I lost. Imatech did take some wounds though as well, actually. He's down to 2 wounds. Right, we're moving into the assault phase.
So, we assault intercessors first.
Yep. Need an 8 set or 7?
It's an 8 on them.
An 8. In. Nothing changes, Rich, does it, eh?
Who says we need orcs? And here we go.
Right, end of turn 2 for the Space Marines. I lost my Wraith in the assault. Over here, the bikes attacked 3 of my characters, which its card was to kill characters. Imitate the Stormlord died. However, I attacked back with my Overlord and Orokin. I actually killed a bike and got this one down to 1 wound. However, Richard got both of his secondary objectives this turn, so he scored another 10 points. As we move into Necrons, turn 2. Okay, my secondaries are deploy teleport homers, which I'm unable to do this turn, and bring it down. The card that I disregarded was engage in all fronts, which I'm definitely not going to do. So I fell back with Orokin just here and the Overlord, who did Desperate Outbreak because he was battle shocked and he died. I've moved the Immortals up, I've moved the Doomsday Arcs forward so that I've got range of this vehicle for bring it down, and then I've moved the Tomb Blades and Reanimator just here, and now we are ready to shoot. Okay, end of my shooting phase. I managed to kill the Terminator. I used the Doomsday Arc at the end to kill him. I killed this big unit of bikes just here, and I think that was it, wasn't it, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have cleared the decks, taken Richard off of this objective. We are very close on points. Richard is currently 5 points ahead as we move in to turn 3 for the Space Marines. Right, end of movement for the Space Marines. I've got these guys just on the objective. These have moved forward to Orokin, and you just got your guys at the back there, yeah? And that's it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's see what Richard can do in the shooting phase. Actually, Rich, what cards did you draw? So, no prisoners, which is basically kill units, and then aerial denial, which is you need to clear Orokin from the middle of the table, right? Right, the Desolator squad did exactly what the name says and desolated my Immortals and Plasmancer. That unit is horrible. 240 points, my god. I did lose my Orokin just in the middle of the table there, so Richard is on 3 objectives now as we move in to Necrons turn 3. Right, so I managed to get the Reanimator onto this objective. I shot out the whatever unit it was that was there. What was it?
The Assault Squad.
Assault Squad. Killed those. I managed to kill one of these and got one down to 1 wound. Richard just has these and those left over there as we move in to turn 4 for the Space Marines. Okay, end of turn 4. My Reanimator is down to 1 wound after shooting and being assaulted. I lost my Tomb Blades from that blob over there very easily. Okay, Richard didn't do any secondaries that turn. Let's move into Necrons turn 4. Alright, end of turn 4 for the Necrons. We've got 1 Librarian left here on this objective. However, the objective is mine. I've managed to score 10 points for my secondary this turn. The points are incredibly close as we move into the final turn, turn 5. Okay, so end of the game in the Space Marines turn 5. Guilliman came around the corner here. Everything shot by Doomsday Arc, which didn't explode, but was destroyed. And then in my turn, I moved the Reanimator around here onto the objective, and I managed to shoot out that guy. I had pretty bad cards in my turn 5, but I did a little swap for a CP and got a better card. And we've added up the score. Richard, what is the final score?
Well, so Rabuti Rich had 25 for primary, 40 for secondary, 10 for painted, giving me a total of 75. So Overlord Nick had 10 for painted, 45 for primary, 32 for secondary, giving a score of 87. 87 is a Necron victory, but only just. What a great game. Thank you, Rich. Great game at first. It was a very, very interesting game to see. This unit here, horrible, already hate you in 10th edition. Right. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to direct you to other 10th edition battle reports because this is our first one, but I do have some videos regarding Necron tactics, so I will link you up to that playlist just there for you to watch next.